Hello everyone. In this module, we will discuss about how to write the formula of ionic compound, provided that you know the symbols and formula of different ions. To recall, the positive ions are known as cation and the negative ions are known as anions. Let us take one example. Na plus, which is called as your sodium ion, is an example of your cation. Similarly, Cl minus is an example of your anion. These are monovalent, carries one positive charge, carries one negative charge. Similarly, we can take another example like your ammonium ion, NH4 1 plus CO3 2 minus. This type of ions are called as polyatomic ions. If you look at the previous example, this contains only one atom of sodium, one atom of chlorine, but here one nitrogen, four hydrogen together they are making an ion, so we call it as polyatomic ion. This is also polyatomic ion, one carbon, three oxygen. So these are called as polyatomic ion. So here one positive, here two negative. So these are example of your cation, these are example of your anion. Now let us proceed to discuss about how to write the chemical formula when the name of the substance is given to you. So one thing that you should keep in your mind, that in an ionic compound always we write the cation first followed by the anion. So from the chemical name of the substance you can easily guess which one is the cation and which one is the anion. So let us take one simple example, that is your sodium carbonate. So when I write the name sodium carbonate, the chemical name itself suggests that the cation is your sodium ion and the anion is your carbonate ion. So the first step to write the formula of an ionic compound is to write the formula of the cation and anion. So once you write the symbol and formula of the respective ions, the next step is to determine the magnitude of the charge. As you can see, on sodium it is 1 plus, so the magnitude is 1 positive, that means magnitude is 1. Similarly, in case of carbonate, it is 2 minus, so the magnitude will be 2. So once you write the magnitude of the charge below the respective ions, the third step is to find out whether there is any common factor between the magnitude of the charges of the cation and the anion respectively. If it is there, then we have to reduce them. If it is not, then the simple step is to crisscross the charge. After crisscrossing the charge, the next step is to write the formula, and this magnitude of the charge will be written as a subscript. Watch it carefully how we are writing that formula. So here what will happen, the positive symbol will be removed. We will write Na2CO3. Why I am not writing 1 again? It is understood that the formula is Na2CO3, that means one carbonate ion. So here after following these steps we get the formula of sodium carbonate as Na2CO3. I hope somehow you are clear about how to write ionic compound. We will take few more examples to know it in much clarity. So let's take another example. So we will take the example of magnesium chloride. So magnesium chloride, from the name itself, magnesium chloride means we have magnesium ion, which is Mg2 plus, and chloride ion, that is your Cl minus. The magnitude of the charge, here 2, here it is 1, there is no common factor between them, so simply we will crisscross them. So the formula becomes MgCl2. So magnesium chloride formula is MgCl2. Let us take the example of your aluminium sulfate. Aluminium sulfate. That means we have aluminium ion. Aluminium ion is your Al3 plus, sulfate is your SO4 2 minus. So the magnitude of charge is here 3, here it is 2, there is no common factor. So simply we will need to crisscross. So what will the formula? It will become Al2. But here we have to put the sulfate SO4 inside the bracket. Why is it so? If I don't put them inside a bracket, what will happen? If I remove the bracket, it will look as such Al2SO43, which is not true. So that's why we need to keep that sulfate SO4 unit inside a bracket, and 3 will be written as a subscript, and the formula becomes aluminium sulfate as Al2SO4 whole 3. Now we will take another example where both the cation and the anion have the same magnitude of the charge. So let's take the example of calcium carbonate. So here from the name you can easily guess that calcium ion is there, Ca2 plus, carbonate is CO3 2 minus. So here the magnitude of charge is here 2, here is also 2. That means both are same. So we can reduce them, as 2 is the common factor between them. So we can easily reduce them. So 2 and 2 will reduce, that will become 1 and 1. After that we will crisscross them. So the formula will become CaCO3. So from all this example, I think it is very much clear, and you could understand what are the steps to write the formula of an ionic compound. Thank you.